me do that real quick. Preview. There we go. Cool. Hello everybody and welcome back. How's everybody doing today? I think it's been a minute. How's everybody? It is Friday night and you could be out. You could be doing something, partying, socializing. But you're here with me. No, I'm kidding. Well, you are here with me, but listen, I love a cozy night in, and that's what we're having tonight. But yes, welcome to the stream. Like I said, it's kind of been a minute. Let's see. I think I may have taken 2 weekends off or one. Definitely took last week on off because I was out of town and I was at a really fun show, and the show that I saw was the same person who has made, okay, what am I trying to say? The DJ, the artist, the creator of the music you're listening to right now, I got to see, and that was really, really fun. I'll talk about it here and there, but I, of course, am working on episode 12 of Space Ultima, and if you are caught up, great. If you are not, nothing too spoilery. Of course, I always like to save my surprises in terms of the comic, so you want to give them just enough for people that come in and take a look. So definitely some things to be aware of. What I do when I do, anyway, when I'm streaming, I usually hide the text bubbles, so that way when I'm streaming you can see what's happening, but you might not know the full context of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see, what else is new? I got a Steam Deck. I know, I'm late to the game. Why does my arm feel sore? My arm feels like I got a shot in it, and I didn't. It's just like really the skin's very sensitive. But yeah, so I got a Steam Deck. Your girl is a gamer once again. But I definitely waited a long time. I guess I didn't really know the full scope of the console. So when I got first-hand experience with it, I was like, oh, this seems really, really cool. And I did so much research. I felt like the amount of research qualified me and kind of validated why I should buy it. Took me a long time to get it, even after I realized I wanted one. But yeah, and they have a sale. This is in no way an endorsement. Oh, dang. Oh no, I was looking at the time. The time right now is 7:11. But the sale for the Steam Deck is over 7/11, as in the 11th of July. So I looked at my watch thinking that was the time. Anyway, whatever. I'm all over the place, if you can tell already. But yeah, no, I got a Steam Deck for their Steam sale. And so if you have any games that you think I would like or would like to suggest to me, I can definitely take a look at it and probably add it to my ever-growing wish list. But this is in no way a promise at all, because I had to work through some troubleshooting, but I do really think it'd be cool to start streaming again some video gameplay, because I used to do that long ago. OG ones will remember, but I did used to stream some games on my channel, but it's been a while since I've done that, so I'm not opposed to doing some gaming streams every now and then. I just can't do it right now. I'm getting settled into the Steam Deck, and then once I acquire some new technology to maybe hook it up, then that'd be super cool to do. But yeah. Anyway, I hope that everybody's having a good Friday night, and I'm glad that you're having that time with me. I'm putting on some funky music so that way you've got something fun to listen to as you are watching, drawing, doing whatever you do during my stream. But yes, let's go ahead and I'm gonna get started. Did I get bit? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, why does my arm feel so sensitive? Alright, let me make sure that I posted this on all the designated areas. Okay. Awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started doing a lot of work on the webcomic, and ultimately I noticed I don't know, I've been trying to think a little bit more about how the comic is going overall, and I know that at the end of the day I will not like completely reinvent all the stuff that I'm working on. But I don't know, if there's anything that you all would like to share in terms of ideas or comments, maybe it's a risk to say this out loud, but yeah, definitely send me a DM. I'd be very curious to hear, and obviously I can't promise that all of my feedback will be utilized, but I guess I'm starting to get into the swing of drawing the comic where I'm curious to know how it's being received, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think that right now I'm definitely feeling like I'm in a groove when it comes down to creating the comic. I feel like I'm able to, I guess I'm feeling a little more ahead of schedule, which is always nice. But yeah, no, I went to this, I think it's called Yoitoki, and it's a city pop future funk tour that these big names in like that future funk city pop remix DJ scene, a lot of those people who do music like this, you know, if you think, I guess the biggest name has to be Young Bae. He's got some name recognition behind him, but you do have a lot more players in that genre of music. So people like Macros, which is who's playing right now, some other names like Night Tempo, then you've got people like Vantage and Inglewood, just like a lot of different people who play like this type of music, who like, you know, kind of recompose it in a really creative way. And I remember seeing it like maybe around February? No, March, April. Maybe around April or May. I think it was around the time I went to, yes, it was coming back from Ren Fair. And I remember seeing some social media talking about this really cool tour. And I saw those names. I saw the name, you know, Macross, Vantage, and I was like, ooh, that's super cool. What? The tickets are super cheap? Yes, I'm buying. I definitely bought the tickets before even digesting in my mind whether or not I would go or not, which, you know, that's on me. But close friend of mine, I knew she was really into that kind of music, so I was like, you know, I showed her the tickets and I was like, hey, it's in, you know, gosh, June. And so we fast forward some time, and so we all bought tickets, and then we all decided to go. So it was a really fun, oh my gosh, it was such a fun time. It was the definition of a dance party, and I really enjoyed it. Fun time. Cool fact. We were, we got there into the city around like 1-ish. We were just kind of burning time until the show doors open and all that. And so we're going shopping, we're getting food to eat, and we make a stop at this one location that had a lot of really cool music, a lot of really cool clothing. It's just like all around very unique store. And we get in there, and I'm like looking around. We just go through the entrance, and I'm looking around, I'm scoping it out, and then I look and I see a guy who was in the checkout line, and I was like, that's Macross. That's him. I tell my friend, I'm like, because I've been following the Instagram, and the Instagram has been posting, different highlights from the tour. They had gone from the West Coast across to the East Coast, where we're at. And so I obviously know what this guy looks like. And I get her and I'm like, that's Macross 8299. That's the guy. That's the dude making the music. And she's like, oh, no way, right? And so honestly, I didn't know what to do, to be honest. She was like, should we go talk to him, say hi? I was like, oh, I don't know. And then that's when she just books it, and she like goes up to him, and then we make some nice, fun, small talk with him, and he's like, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for talking to me. Hope you guys enjoy tonight, because we were like, yeah, we're going to your show. We're really excited and all that cool stuff. So that was the story. I took a picture with him. We both took a picture with him, and I did post that on Instagram. Also, I guess this is a perfect time to plug the Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I do a lot of, out and about stuff where, just living life, having fun, and some of the things that I do, a lot of the things I do, I post and show, just what I got going on. So if you are interested in that, Artsume Shae on Instagram is where you can find me. But yeah, that was really cool. And like I said, the vibe was so much fun. There was a lot of, oh my gosh, a lot of like people. And it's funny, I tell this story all the time. So it was during the pandemic, and obviously we're all stuck inside, and we don't have a lot of things that we can do. So because of that, most of us retreated to the internet. And I think with that came a lot of like introductions of things. And one of those things that got introduced to me, and I know that it's not like this is anything new, but at the same time, like how it was kind of presented and packaged and delivered to me was unique. But City Pop really blew up during 2020, specifically around the time of the pandemic. And then I feel like we just had an explosion of other subgenres that all kind of linked together in some way. So you had, your city pop, you had your vaporwave, and then you had lo-fi. Well, lo-fi I think was already kind of a thing. I think around 2018 is when lo-fi blew up. Your jazz, your hip-hop jazz type of sound, that already existed. But you had just so much kind of branching off of different styles of music. And so one thing that, I found when I started listening to more city pop was definitely a lot of like the kind of future funk. Like they were taking city pop music, which was already really great and well composed on its own, and then they remixed it and added their own kind of like renditions. So that was really cool. So this music, the music that I'm listening to right now, which hopefully all of you can hear, I don't think there should be anything wrong with the audio. It would be really awkward if I've been talking about music all this time and I haven't had any music playing. It's okay. The VOD won't have music, but we'll see. Anyway, I really fell in love with this like reimagining, and it kind of came at a necessary time. Literally the whole world, at least how we knew it at the time because of the pandemic, was like the world was falling apart. Like, anyway, I won't try to go back down that memory, but regardless, it was really a great thing to retreat to because it's like party music, late nights, you know, out and about, having fun. And so, yeah, it was just really a good vibe. So I guess because we didn't have, around that time, we were all discovering this genre of music, we didn't have, I guess, the ability to appreciate that music with other people. So I guess that was the added element of going to that concert, was because for the first time, I mean, other than like, you know, a few of my friends liking the style of music, just to see it on that scale, being like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not the only person who listens to this music. Like, there are other people. It's like we all were just like a bunch of internet friends, and we then decided to go to this concert together. So that was kind of validating. I think it added an extra element because it's like it represents us getting out of the inside. It's like we got to go outdoors again, and we got to go outside, and now we're kind of celebrating it with this kind of music. But yeah, no, that concert, getting off of the sentimental note and going back to just talking about it in general, which I think this mix is about to end. It is. All right, let me put it on the other future funk one that I have. Yeah, so doors opened at 9 p.m. And with the doors opening at 9 p.m., I think it started with the guy who puts on these events. So the DJ who, like, you know, recruits different people. Started with him. So we get there, crowd's pumping. There's like a dance circle already, which is pretty notorious for that crowd, that scene, especially at all the convention raves that I've gone to. So it starts with like a dance circle. Hey Gothic Lolita, just talking about my time seeing the concert I went to, I think last weekend. So doors open at 9 and we got there 9:30. You know, we wanted to pace ourselves. We figured, you know what? I'm pretty sure that, you know, if we get there 9:30, that'll be a good enough time. Gets pretty close to when the rest of the stuff starts. I kid you not, that concert lasted until 2:30 a.m. I felt so tired. My legs hurt. Rolling over to, let's see, we went on Saturday, then Sunday, and then work was on Monday. I was sore until like Tuesday. I'm not even kidding. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm so glad I needed it. Like, that night was so fun, I needed it. But I was definitely paying for it because my body was in shambles. I definitely, yeah, I was exhausted after that. Wouldn't take it back. I don't regret it. I'd do it all over again. But yeah, it was a long night. But yes, lots of fun. They played a lot of really good songs. I guess I wish I paced myself better. Cause I'm not gonna lie, by the time Macross got out, I was like, oh dang, this is like the main guy. So yes, definitely a good time. If you are in a state that they will be touring at, I know that they made their way up the East Coast, and then I think they're gonna make their last spot of the tour back on the West Coast. But that was the other thing too, like most of the time, any reception for this style of music, I feel like it's always been on the West Coast. Me and my friends were talking about this. Most of the time, you always see when they do live DJ events, it's on the West Coast in LA. So it's definitely cool that they take this on tour, and you know, just that they know that there are many people that appreciate their music, and a lot of them exist in multiple places. But yeah, it was called Yoi Toki, I believe is how it's pronounced. And it was a lot of fun. But going to change topics real quick. I want to talk a little bit about my recent work on the WEBTOON. There's a lot of cool things to come. I want to say, much like anything great or good, it's happening in secret. I have a lot of plans, and in particular, I really am trying to get better at my social media for Space Ultima. For those of you who don't know, I do have a Instagram account that exists for my webcomic, and don't get me wrong, she needs some work. At one point, I tried to post some reels. I did a kind of like a OC character request challenge that went really well. What else? So yeah, just like a lot of things that I want to do for my social media that hopefully is coming around the corner. I was taking a look. Sorry guys, my neck. I was taking a look at other social media accounts for webcomics, which I highly recommend doing. It's kind of interesting because something like social media is kind of crazy. Not a lot of stuff is original. Like, challenges are like that for a reason. You know, it's something that you want multiple people participating in. So I feel like a lot of great ideas do come from just kind of seeing what other people are doing. And I don't know, I've been trying to get some inspiration for what I can start putting on my Instagram for the webcomic. And what I've observed is unfortunately something that I have to find time doing, which is, hold on, he needs a bigger butt. There we go. Anyway, which is original art. Art not in the comic. So, I don't know, like, I'm not saying it's always a requirement. I know that, you know, if you haven't looked at the comic, any art that I post is going to be original art. So, I don't know, that being said, I am trying my best. I'm trying to kind of create a backlog or a buffer of content for my webcomic. So, something that I have considered, because I find that with me right now, and also too, I don't know, anybody interested in responding, whether in the VOD or on live, feel free to let me know. But I'm curious, do the posts need to be fully rendered pieces or sketches, or both? And maybe posting like drawing in progress drawings, or what is it called? I don't know, my mind's blank at the moment. But just like, oh, I think really good detailed panels, because that's the other thing too. Sometimes I feel like the panels that I take a long time to make are worth viewing whether you read the comic or not. Oh, hey, K-Des says, hi, I think making fan art of your characters would be good for promo. That's a really good idea. So that kind of veers into like the original art territory, which I actually do have an idea. Oh, I done snatched my earring out. Also, thank you, K-Des, for the first time chat. There is actually, I was watching a movie the other day, and I was like, what if the characters of what if I drew my OCs as the characters in this movie? So, thank you for validating that thought. I'm glad we have that as an idea. So, yeah, that is definitely some things that, as a creator, you kind of think about. What is wrong with his chin right now? There we go. That's a little better. He didn't have a jawline. That's whatever. Hey Edby Art, welcome. Yes, that would be so cool. Cool. That is good to hear. So anyway, yeah, social media, oh, Pantheon! Oh my gosh, Pantheon's on Twitch? What? Hey Pantheon Talks, hi. Thank you so much for following me on your channel Twitch now. So, I don't know, I think now, okay, so we got a lot of my Webtoon buddies here. I was kind of talking about social media, and we kind of been brainstorming ideas, and I just feel like, yeah. Love the last episode. I'm a sucker for outfit changes and reveals. Thank you so much. Yes, that was so much fun to do. I was thinking like that whole, like when you're watching, like, I guess it was more prominent in like teen movies when they're doing like the outfit montage. Oh, I think of like, was it Princess Diaries? Where she was like trying on different outfits, and I was like, also obviously my story is a sci-fi related or inspired one, so I was like, I think we should put her in some cool outfits to kind of paint the world a little bit more. Yes, you've been an inspiration to me. Very cool. And another thing too, Pantheon, it might be a little tricky. You can actually stream to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, depending on the broadcasting software that you're using. Listen, I can't speak to it because I don't think I've done too much research, but I mean, that'd be cool. The only issue, and this is why I haven't personally done it, is that you have to keep up with the chat in both. I don't know, so something to keep in mind. But yeah, welcome to Twitch. Welcome, welcome. Let's see, I've been looking into this and it's something I'm considering. Nice. We love it. But yes, some things that I am very much keeping a pulse to is definitely my social media. I have some things in the works that I'm excited about, announcing soon, posting soon, creating a buffer, yada yada yada. But going to more specifically the webcomic, I have felt very ahead of schedule in terms of my drawings, but that has come at, I don't want to say come at a cost. It's just that my episodes are shorter. Episodes that are shorter, I want to kind of make sure, I don't know, I kind of want to make sure that people know that that's the case, because I feel like I went from very long episodes to very short episodes, which I don't think is anything wrong with that. I think I'm gonna probably just post soon saying, hey guys, episodes are shorter, just so that, you know, I can have better workflow and spend better time on, you know, my productivity. Because I'm not gonna lie, even back when I was doing like 60 panels, I was like, it did feel daunting. So I think that kind of added to the procrastination. I don't really know what style of procrastination I am, but sometimes it is workload driven. It's like you see like this giant wall ahead of you and you're just like, I think I'm gonna take my time with this. But I feel like now that my episodes have been a little shorter, it's kind of helped me level my own expectations. But ultimately, I feel like just having maybe some posts being like, you know, hey guys, here are batches that you can read, which I feel like I'm a batch webtoon reader as well. Like, I almost don't want to beat the creator, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I know that everybody's different, and that's the freaking problem. We all read webtoons differently, which is the beautiful and sometimes difficult thing. But like I said, down the pipeline, I have some posts that I'm hoping will kind of start giving people the expectation of knowing, like, hey, episode this through this is kind of like its own arc. So yeah, I'm excited. Something I've been keeping an eye on. But yeah, I definitely feel like another thing I've been recognizing lately is, I guess, how I pace my storytelling, how I pace my writing. I'm not gonna lie, some things I'm like, yo, we gotta speed this up. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm trying. Like, I have certain... Okay, I fantasize about my comic all the time. And I'm not talking about, like, fantasize where I'm just like, oh, or whatever. I don't even know what that means, but I think about scenes. Like, I kind of think about them in my mind. Sometimes, honestly, it helps me go to sleep at night. Because, like, I'm just kind of, like, watching the scenes through my... and like kind of brainstorming future stuff. And I'm not even gonna lie, I have certain scenes that I'm like, I want to draw this right now. I think what I'll just do is like, I'll maybe like sketch out the stuff. Real, same, yup, you guys know what it's like. But I just feel like certain scenes, maybe I can just start doing some of like the early sketches of it. Especially when it comes down to like certain character chemistry and things like that. So I guess we just all need to keep like a sketchbook of some of these kind of preemptive things. But yes, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. It consumes our ever-waking thoughts. And you know, I think that's the other important thing. I do really want to start getting more into, I guess, some of those kind of like behind the scenes glimpses. One of these days, your girl is going to start a Patreon. I'm speaking it into existence. I think any creator's fear is not having content to fill a Patreon. Granted, I mean, it's not like most Patreons, I would say, average anywhere from like $5 to like under $10 a month. So unless you're delivering on some really heavy content, you know, it's you know, it's something. $6 a month, that's like, oh my gosh, I spend more than $6 a month on coffee. But anyway, that being said, I also try to think of, I guess, future-proof some of this stuff that I hope to can serve as more exclusive content. So yeah, anyway, just like a little clinic, I guess, on reader engagement in our little Twitch chat. Just some of the things that I think of because I can't stop thinking. We love that. You know, why stop thinking when it can get so quiet in there? Teehee. Let's see. Oh my gosh! Who is this? Let's see. Syllable. Is that how you say it? Syllable? Syllable? Thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Yay. It's Avery! Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Heart, 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 heart. Woo. W's in the chat. Thank you so much, love. Appreciate it. We love it. Miss you too. Oh my gosh, thank you for showing up for the vibes, for the conversation. I'm just a girl sitting alone in my room yapping. I hope that you've been doing good. How are you? Also getting some WEBTOON, webcomic exclusive. But yes, thank you so much for that again. Let's see. We love to see it, exactly. I get to do two things that I love. Yapping and drawing. Sometimes I honestly don't know how I can do it at the same time. Sometimes it's very difficult. It depends on what I have going on, where I'm like really concentrated. I mean, sometimes streams are dead silent. I'm like looking up, just making sure I'm not ignoring anybody, and then I just go right back to what I'm doing. And then other times I'm like, this is kind of one of those times. I don't know, sometimes I think, I'm like, I feel like I already have a podcast. Because this whole stream is just that. But then also, you know, you got the vibes, and hopefully that's something that helps with whatever you're working on. I know that, what is it, Edby likes to, put me on while she's also drawing. We love to see it. I feel like I need to, precisely. I also feel like I need to, like, have, I don't know, it'd be cool to have something where I'm in, like, up on the screen it says locked in mode. Because it's like, I'm like, yeah, like yap mode, and then locked in mode. There's no in between. Let's make, kind of looking down on her, so there we go. Yeah, because I was like, her shoulders look so high, but she's kind of from a low point of view. Okay, this is gonna be the most random question. Has anybody heard of or played the game, it's a mobile game, called Love in Deep Space? I'm really hoping that there's at least one person in this chat. And if you haven't, I don't want to be an enabler, but that's a really cute game. It's a game that, unfortunately, it is one of the gotch. It's a gotch, or otome. Jerbear, get out of here! This is, oh, now you wanna be in chat, Jerbear? Wow. Wow. I thought this was a safe space. Oh my god. No, but I want to. I've seen the ads, but wasn't sure if it was a gotch. Okay. So, it is an otome or a gotch game. I will say, you can play the game without any of those elements, but of course, well, okay, let me just say, there are, there are free pulls, there are things like that, and the thing is, you can play the game, but it might take you a little slower when it comes down to different events. Anyway, I'm not gonna pull the curtain on me that much, but it is so cute. And the only reason I bring it up, oh, also one more thing I was gonna say was that the ads, okay, so I saw the ads and I was like, is this real? So, because you see a lot of mobile game ads on social media where you're just like, there's no way that's the actual game, right? So I'm seeing these ads and I'm curious. So I go on the App Store and then I look it up and I see the actual game screenshots on the app page. And I'm like, oh, so what they're advertising is what you get. So anyway, fast forward some time and I'm like, oh no, this is a good game. Because the story is also very interesting. It's like, you got, fighting game elements to it, all this other stuff. And then yes, it is a dating sim, Jer Bear. But anyway, it's just overall entertaining. But I feel like in playing that, there is one character in particular that personally I feel like he has continued to affect how I draw Zan, my character. Yes, dating sim with fighting. It is really cool. Anyway, play at your own risk. I'm not trying to be an enabler. It's just fun for the vibes. There's like, so you can like do like mini games that are like dating. So like you do like claw machine stuff. Also, it is like, obviously I like kind of like sci-fi elements. So it is like the setting takes place in like this future world where you are a hunter and then there are these alien creatures called wanderers, and the wanderers, you are fighting to basically protect civilization. There is a story mode that is actually a story mode, like it is engaging. And then obviously you have different moments with all these guys. But yeah, I just feel like one of the characters, Zane, has continued to like, I guess, help me in drawing my main character, which also coincidence. So I can tell you for fact, I started working on my game, or not my game, sorry, on my webcomic in like January 2023. And so fast forward, obviously I'm in full swing of my webcomic. So my character's name is Zan. One of the guys in the game on the phone is named Zane. And they both have dark hair. I'm like, I have a type. I obviously have a type. So anyway, as I began drawing Zan, that just kind of came to mind. So anyway, and I was thinking about drawing some fan art. I don't know, I think I need to get back into fan art. Sometimes I don't feel like just drawing characters from my stuff, but in general, it is quite an entertaining game. Say less, queen. Yeah, it is definitely a fun time. Let's see. Was that Sailor Moon? I was over here just vibing and then I heard that. Now I'm up shaking it. Yes, it is. It's a magical future funk nonstop mix. So yes, that is definitely the vibe of tonight. The future funk fun. Come on. Do I have a glove? I don't know where it is, but my hand is like not enjoying, or my screen's not enjoying my hand. I don't know where it is. It's fine, I'll just suffer. Turn the light on. Ah! Blinding. There we go. Oh, there she is. Is that a doggy break? You surprised me. Baby. Oh, it's the baby. It's the Willow. It's a doggy break. You say hi. You say hi. You say hi. You dancing? Ew. Yucky. I was looking around. I was like, where did that girl go? Only for her to literally be beside me, looking up longingly. She's just like, Mommy, please notice me. Doggo time. Yes. Isn't that white? It's like you're here now. You don't know what to do with yourself. You want to sit beside me? Okay, here. Oh. You don't know what to do. Ugh. Okay, let's put your bed beside me. What's cozy time? What's cozy time? This is cozy time. Oh man. She's just a big old baby. It's a big old baby. Yes, you are. Oh man, I could talk to her all day. It's really helpful because when I talk to myself, now I have something to talk to, which makes me seem less crazy because she's always there. So I just talk to her when I need to get thoughts out of my brain. That is the luxury of having a dog, is that you always have an audience. Should probably put my screen back up. I'm already drawing and I'm like, oh wait, I always forget to do that. Silly me. Oh my. I forgot the neckline. Ah! I can't make him shirtless yet. I'm not gonna lie, I have throughout time there have always been like things that I've seen that I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, if I took like the time and effort to learn how to like dance, I would love to be a dancer, or like just different things like that. But one of the things along the same thread is being a DJ, and every now and then I'm like, oh, I kind of want to be a DJ, or like learn how to do like DJ type things. And I'm not gonna lie, if I did ever do that, I would probably make music like this. Like, legitimately. That would be, I don't know what my, my moniker would be, but yeah, I would definitely be making music like that. Come on, why is this hand not making sense? There we go, that's better. Let me just... Posture check. Lark, hello! How goes it? Catching some upbeat vibes while we're working diligently. How goes your time? June was expensive. I hate June. What was the expensive part about it? I mean, other than probably AC bills. Interesting. Thanks for the first time chat. Interesting. LOL? JK? That is funny. I get those, I don't know, I get those style of messages in like my WEBTOON comments, which once I realized that it was like legit just kind of spamming, I started removing them from my comments. But yeah, no, it'll be like, you have a wonderful webtoon. It is so well written. One of the best webtoons I've ever seen, or something like that. And then it's like talking about promoting and stuff. And then it gives you like someone's Fiverr user account name. Yeah, no, that was interesting. I guess it's kind of like probably common, but I was just like, yeah, that's not needed. I'm good. I mean, I would love some promo, but I don't think that that's how I'm gonna get it. Let's see. How to replace your Steam Deck battery, which essentially is my computer. Decided to go with OLED for the upgrade. Then my internet decided to stop working, so I switched ISPs. Bought an uninterruptible power supply due to frequent outages. Also bought a new phone because the apps I use to pay bills stopped working on my old one. Dang. Sounds like you had to just completely hit the reset button on like everything. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that sounds extremely expensive. Because it's like literally two necessities, your phone and computer. $2,000. Jeez. That's, yeah, no. At one time. No. Man, that sucks, man. That does not sound very favorable. Like I said, I'm very sorry. I know that amount of money at one time, or even just in 1 month, because I'm sure, you know, something like that interrupts your usual expenses. It would definitely interrupt my usual expenses. Got to head out. Was so much fun with stream. Absolutely, Pantheon. And I will try to catch your stream probably in over half an hour. So good luck with your stream if I don't tune in, but I will definitely try to. Thank you for visiting. Thankfully, my boys are super supportive of me with commissions and the webcomic. That is important. That is important. I think that is hopefully a very lucrative side hustle, especially when it has to be. But yeah, that is wild. And I don't blame you. I mean, I'm on my computer right now, and this is literally my source for most of what I do in terms of my production of everything. But to not take away from that, but to also comment, I do not a side hustle, it's my only hustle. I thought that you had a what is it called? I thought you had the old ball and chain. That was the, what is it called? your day job? Or maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it's no longer a part of your life. But yeah. Oh, okay. I was right. I was like, wait a minute, I thought he was working at a bank. Full-time artist. Nice. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely something that it's like no joke. Like, guys, if I don't have any commissions, I am not making money. But hopefully you are more on your feet than before. And it is a new month and a new set of responsibilities? No. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, money. Ugh. Not the best topic at the moment. It's like, do what you love, huh? Never work a day in your life, huh? But yeah, I was meaning to say earlier to that, as a comment on something, almost back to break even, so I can finally focus on webcomics soon. Of course, the good games had to go on sale. Listen, the current sale is very, it's very good. Honestly though, I don't think I snatched up any major titles. But you missed it earlier, Lark. I just got a Steam Deck myself. Kinda on topic. But yeah, no, I finally got a Steam Deck. Took advantage of their sale that they had going on. And I have to say, its performance is very good. At first I was really intending to only use it as like a plugin, like just a console itself. But playing it handheld has been very impressive, I'm not gonna lie. No, it's the LCD. Because the LCD is on sale until the 11th. It's 15% off. So I got, listen, talking about money, I'm balling on a budget. But yeah, no, the sale is off the 64 gigabyte and 512 gigabyte LCD screen Steam Decks, 15% off. And then I bought a 1 terabyte micro SD card to plug in. Marginal improvements in performance, but also very good. Better frame rates in the OLED when I'm playing Elden Ring. Yeah, and I mean, it definitely matters. Like, it matters what game you are playing and what power you're needing. But for me, so initially I did all of the homework and was like, you know what? I would love this. This will get me back into playing most of the games that are not available on my current systems, because I have literally a Switch, PS4, and a MacBook. So I was not playing many games. So I really just intended on having it as like a stationary item, but taking it on the go, at least I'm impressed. But yeah. Runs 60 Hz display while OLED is 90. It's great. What's great is the OLED is the same price as the LCD. Steam Deck is basically a PC. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I wanted it from the get-go. Because I really wanted something that I can start using on like another level and was really like versatile and had longevity to it, because that's the thing nowadays. I feel like we can't just kind of spend money on anything. At least I can't. It's more like this needs to be something that I'm going to have for a very long time. And I definitely think that it is. See, you can run Windows on it by dual boosting off SD card. I haven't done that yet though. I see. But yeah, that sounds like it can be, and I don't know, I think that it's nice to get a device that you know what you'll be able to do with it, but then maybe not immediately be using it for all of those things. Because yeah, like when so I was saying this earlier, I had first-hand experience with the Steam Deck, like in-person experience, and I was like, oh wait, like this is pretty cool. And then like I did a ton of research, watched a bunch of videos, and I just was like, huh, this looks like something that I could really benefit from. And then I decided, yeah, I really want to get it. And then I had to wait for a few months because I still did not have the money to get it, because the AC in my car quit out and we're in the middle of a heat wave in the US. So I was like, okay, priorities, understandable. So now I'm in the clear, and I was able to snatch one of them up. Considering getting a laptop instead, all the laptops I saw had inferior performance at a higher price than the deck. That is a fair point, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of saw that too, and until I can, because, okay, so that was the other thing too. Oh yeah, protect your deck from heat. That's why I had to replace my battery, LCD battery, because of the spicy pillow situation. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so for me, I felt like I was in a unique situation because, like, I already have something that I use that's like reliable for all my productions, my video editing, my content, my graphics, like all on my MacBook. And this MacBook I bought like a pretty high spec, like I bought it, I'm like, I'm not gonna buy another laptop for like the next 7+ years. So, you know, I'm trying to take care of it. So I already have something for creating, but then it's like, do I get a PC? Because I don't want to buy something that I'm only going to use for like 1% of what it's intended for. Granted, I'd probably end up using a PC because in terms of streaming, I know that that's something, you know, that's pretty powerful. But I was like, for right now, I think I'm pretty good. But I really want to play some of these PC games, Long story short, I was like, okay, keeping my computer for computer things and then getting a Steam Deck for gaming things. And then plus some, because I know that's going to be really, really cool to use, which I mentioned earlier, no promises, but, you know, it would be cool if I had the possibility to, you know, maybe stream some games. We'll see. Like anything, I have to do the research and make sure that everything is equipped. But yeah, in terms of what I'm playing and how that's been running, it's been pretty nice. I was like, oh dang, it looks pretty good. Let's see. Still have my old below entry potato computer I bought from 8 years ago. See, when you buy a computer, that thing can probably survive like a nuclear explosion. Because I know some people who have computers that are laptops specifically that are really holding on for dear life, and they're still doing it. It ain't a gamer, it still runs. Reliable Bessie, yeah, exactly. She's still kicking. She ain't what she used to be, but she's still kicking. Says my first PC I bought was actually a laptop, which I handed down to my sister many years back. It's dead now though, RIP. Well, did it do the job for a pretty long time? Served me well. That's good. Yeah, I think it was my first MacBook laptop. I don't remember exactly what year I got it, but it was like that kind of white plastic acrylic shell. And I pushed that thing. It stayed with me until probably my freshman or sophomore year of college. Like, it stuck with me for a really long time. They don't make them like they used to, but I do remember it survived. I think the problem was that it could no longer connect to internet. Like, it physically couldn't. And then I got, I think off of Amazon, I got a refurbished one, which it survived. I ended up upgrading the RAM. That's when, like, memory was something you can actually open up the computer and replace. Now, not at all. But yeah, that one, I don't know if it's because it was refurbished or because I replaced it. Maybe I replaced it badly, because I had done that with my previous MacBook. But that one quit out, and then I bought an Air. And fast forward, that was the era where you guys all first met me, because I was like, hey, I would really love to start streaming. I started streaming with what I had, and eventually that was not optimal. So I was able to play Nier, I should not have been able to, but it made it work. Handed it to her. She was able to use it for her online job during the pandemic. Even when the screen was dead, we could plug it to an external monitor. Oh, yeah, that one stuck it out. Eventually passed away. So sad. Yeah, these computers, they really do the most for us. We often expect a lot from them. And most of the time, they can really show up. Mocap, how's it going? Good to see you in chat. I'm doing well. We are working on episode 12 of my webcomic, and I would say it's coming out quite well. Trying to get a good chunk of it done, because I'm not gonna lie, after the stream is over, I'm probably gonna be fully resting and doing no work. I must rest. I told her runs Android 10 and can't open apps on the latest version, but it's faster than anything she's ever had. Wow. That is probably the part that's like, hey, this might not be the biggest and baddest, but I am impressed. Dad's a total cheapskate in the wrong way. Oh no. He keeps buying the family garbage electronics from Lazada, Shopee. Always really annoyed me and my sister. It's why when my sister finally got a job, I bought her a proper phone at the mall. That's good. Yeah, depending on, I guess, like, generationally, some... you know, there might be some disconnect in terms of, you know, what's good or bad. Because, yeah, performance matters, for sure. But that's very kind of you for getting that for your sister. Especially when you knew, it's like, girl, let me hook you up. Let's see. Have raised her well. Pay your debts, get what you pay for, don't be stupid with your money. Yup. Even when they say that you are. You gotta stand behind your decisions. One way we bonded recently was actually showing each other's financial spreadsheets. Dang. Not bad. Yeah, that's kind of fascinating when something as simple as financial budgeting, it's like you guys kind of like cross-reference, you know, brainstorm off of each other's methods. Let's see. Another news. There's a great MiHoYo game called Zenless Zone Zero. I've yet to test it out. I looked at the art and wondered if it was something you'd be interested in. Well, you know, really funny you should ask. But yeah, it's on my phone. Yeah, no, I actually, I've already started the game. It does look a lot of fun. I will say, I guess, otome, gacha, kind of synonymous words. Not gonna lie, I kind of only have room in for one in my heart, but the gameplay, oh my gosh, so the world, the kind of like aesthetic, the style, the gameplay, of course, like, it looks really good. The only issue is that when I get too heavy into playing the game, my phone does get really warm. But I know that game is on... You've been playing it too, Lolita? Nice. I will say it's on multiple platforms, so it's not just on the phone. So I might try to... Maybe if I can play it on a different one. Jamie also noticed you were playing Cyberpunk. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, I've been wanting to play Cyberpunk 2077 since the very first game teaser trailer came out. Like, I'm talking E3, back when E3 used to be televised. I've been wanting that game for such a long time. And I'm also glad that even after the game's initial release, I did wait for them to, you know, fine-tune it, add more polish. But yeah, no, I have been playing that on Steam. I'm gonna see if I can run it on the Steam Deck, if the anti-cheat doesn't stop me. Oh yeah, I mean, there are some mod things you can download onto the Linux system, I believe. So I don't know, maybe, I mean, you're coming, Polish, yeah. You're coming extremely close to jailbreaking a Steam Deck when you kind of get into that territory, but no, I completely understand what you mean. But yes, Zenless Zone Zero, I love the aesthetic, very fun in terms of its method of gameplay. Because made, Poland. Steam Deck is free to modify, yeah. It is. Sometimes though, I'm not gonna lie, I try to avoid it unless I've like found a very vetted method of modifications, which I've seen some websites and recommendations as far as like mod systems for the Switch. So I don't know, we'll see. If there's something that's absolutely make or break that I'm like, I need this, like I did get Stardew Valley, and Stardew Valley, I have seen some really cool mods for Stardew Valley. So I might need to do a little bit of research on how to get those mods acquired on my Steam Deck. They said it's your piece. It's your pizza. It's your PC. Do what you want with it. Yes, exactly. I was actually able to run Genshin on the Steam Deck relatively simple. Yeah, that sounds about right. All I need was a set compatibility mode with Proton, which is already built in. Yep. I just don't like Genshin. Well, hey, maybe, isn't Genshin, or is it the same studio that makes Honkai? Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping Zenless Zone Zero is what does it for me. And see, that's the thing. I've never really been into Honkai or Genshin, which, oh my gosh, I hope that doesn't make you guys hate me. It's like I've ruined the fan base. They're like, oh no, she doesn't like this game. But I don't know, it's just never been like kind of like where every character is practically a magical girl or just like set in like a fantasy realm type thing. I don't know, it's never been like appealing to me. And then I saw like the aesthetic of like Zenless Zone Zero, and it kind of reminded me of when I was like really trying to like be into Overwatch. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel like I really like how this game looks, so therefore I need to try my hardest to be good at the game. And boy was I wrong. But yeah, like I see this thing, I like the aesthetic, and now it's like, oh, I want to be a part of it. Hoyoverse, yeah. Let's see. I was gonna try Honkai, but the anti-cheat won't let me in. Zang. Zang. So anywho. Let's see. There's another gacha game I actually got interested in. It's called Nikke, Goddess of Victory. I was initially put off by it, but because of the risque marketing. Yeah, I know. But I watched the video of how living in Korea is hell. Yeah, so I know somebody who plays Nikke, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's definitely aimed at somebody who really likes to look at that type of stuff. I'm like, oh, ooh, interesting. There's some physics in this game for sure. Not knowing, of course, that there is like more gameplay and more lore, but yeah, no, I feel like for me personally, that's not something that, yeah, like, it's like if you have a building and the door looks a certain way, it's like, I don't want to go into that building because of how the door looks. But then if you take some time to like peek through the door and then you see what's on the inside, you're like, okay, I can get by why the door looks this way. Which, I don't know. Some people okay, but some people, not so much. It depends. 2 games were mentioned that were based on that. One is Limbus Company and Nikke. I was like, wait a minute, now I'm interested. Limbus is already on my Steam library, so that's waiting. Nice. Very interesting. I know that there are a lot of things on multiple platforms like that, so that's pretty cool. I tried Nikke on my new phone. It's not a gaming phone, so the performance was garbo. But I actually really liked how it played. I like how it takes advantage of the fact that it's a mobile game. What really surprised me the most is that Nikke's story was super good. I legit cried during the intro chapter. Yeah, and that's the thing. Apparently the story is like trauma. Like in the best way possible, where essentially it's like, oh, there are some very deep, some very heavy subject matter in the lore of it all. It's like, hey, we've got really good plot covered up by girls with big boobies. But if the rest of the game was like that, I might have been a Nikke nut. Jamie says hi, by the way. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I know that with me getting back into playing games, I was like kind of dusting off my my Steam account, and I was like, I recognize some names. I was like, Jamie's I recognize. I think I have Lark on my friends list. But then there were like names of people I was like, I have zero clue who this person is. So I was like, oh, okay. I'll just let them sit there, I guess. Unless I have a need to remove them from my account, then I will keep them there. But you know what? I really can't... Okay, I can talk, but then I kind of can't talk because the gacha game that I play definitely also has, like... It's, like, sentimental. It's, like, cute. It's about companionship. And a lot of the scenes and aspects of the game are just kind of like that whole, like, kicking your feet, like... Oh my god, type thing. So definitely different target market entirely, but you know, you got to get people into playing the game somehow. Unfortunately, I've uninstalled it from my phone because it's not built for that. I was gonna try it on PC, but the anti-cheat is horrendous. It's also owned by Tencent, so ew. Is that the studio? Is the studio trash? Is the studio nothing to write home about? Because that's the thing too, it's like sometimes these studios are not like conducting themselves in a way that benefits the player. Owners behind the publishing company. So maybe they're not player first. Tencent directly controlled by the Chinese Communist Party. What? So basically what you're telling me is the game is spyware. You're telling me that the game is spyware. So it's Chinese publishing company, Korean dev team. Wow, there's a lot of threads there. Very interesting. Well, you know, sometimes we consume and participate in entertainment, and at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't really matter, you know, who's making it. It's just for our own entertainment. I cannot legally confirm that, but I'd rather stay away from anything Tencent controls. Wow, that is fascinating. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I know, so when I see promotion and press for Love in Deep Space, the game that I play, I know that is released globally, obviously, but I want to say most of their promotional material, like whenever they release like events and things, I want to say their studio might be in China, because a lot of the like before they do localization to translate to other languages, usually it's in Chinese. Like I think the characters, each one of them has two names. There's the English name and then there's the Chinese name. So yeah, like I can't say anything, you know, I'm fully invested and they are taking my attention. So I wish I could say it doesn't matter, but the conflict between China and its neighbors are heating up. These gacha games feed their economy. Dang. They really just have to put a pretty girl or a pretty boy on a game, and then they've got us in a chokehold. Like, that's just that's just the world today, I guess. That's wild. But anyway, I think that my baby is continuing to give me some death glares. Let's see this last thing. There was actually a bill there that was being passed to control gacha games and addiction. Passed by us? It says then the Chinese Communist Party erased all records of it? Like it never happened? Oh my god, Lark. I wonder why. Dude, you're gonna get this stream is going to be taken as evidence, okay? You're putting some very sensitive security information in chat right now. My assumption is that affects our bottom line. That's true. Yeah, I wonder... So one thing that's been fascinating about the game I've been playing, there's been leaks lately. Like upcoming event leaks. Even to the point where when they posted an early sneak peek, they posted like this long thing basically saying that like, hey, we take leaks seriously, like all this other stuff. So I don't know, I think that's fascinating. And now considering what you said, it makes me look at the leak stuff more seriously. because I'm sure leaks are not gonna benefit their bottom line. So, I mean, it benefits us because that just gives people more things to be excited for. Nobody's gonna stop playing the game because of a leak, but obviously that's kind of giving people an advantage in terms of playing the game that is consuming and capturing and accumulating more pulls, more people. I don't know, it's just fascinating. But anyway, I'm going to call it a good evening for the stream. It was very nice to be back after taking a very short time break. I, in general, love hanging out, yapping. This is a very yap-heavy stream. Some streams are more locked in. I think that there was a mixture. I definitely feel like I got a lot done. Did you know the 3D models of ZZZ got leaked yesterday? Like, the actual ones to use and to make animations with? That's not... Oh no, that's a whole can of worms. That's not good. Oh my god. I don't need to roll for gotcha. This is worth more than any roll I'll ever do. Yes, the actual model's fully rigged. You have them? Oh my god, I'm scared. I've seen those characters. The internet does not need that amount of power. That's scary. God. See, and that's the thing. Who is leaking them? Anyway, okay, I need to get off stream. I'm gonna... This has been a wonderful chat, obviously. But yes, you can hook me up. Okay, Lark. Yeah, I'll give you a list of which models I need. But yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out and just being you. And I will see you guys next weekend. Good night.